Money Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a mother movie. So today we're gonna be reacting to Kendra G's singles video. Um and I thought it was just insane of what this woman actually is looking for, you know. Insane. So without further ado, wait, give me a second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm back. Okay, let's get straight into the content, guys.
Hi, how are you?
I wonder if there's a way. Okay, it's me and you, but I'm trying to figure out a way to make us side by side. All right, you ready, baby?
I'm ready. I'd rather be on
Okay.
here.
What's your name?
My name is Asia. How are you?
Have you ever been on my show before?
No, I actually was watching it because I was with my friends like visiting her, and she was like, "You got to get on this show." I'm like, "Okay."
All right, let's do it. Asia, you gotta say it still for us though.
Stand
Asia, where you
still.
calling me from?
I'm calling from Los Angeles.
LA. How old are you?
I'm 40.
It's crazy that they advised her to get on the Kendra G show. And you guys know the type of women that show up on her show. So let's keep it moving.
You're 40?
Yeah, just turned
You
40 at the
look
end of
really
last
good.
month. Thank
Are you
you.
serious? You look great. You gotta stop moving though. You gotta stop moving.
All
Are
right,
you
so
like a
moving.
vegan or a vegetarian? What's your secret?
I'm pescatarian. I drink a lot of water, and anything that stresses me out, I release it.
Asia LA 40. You look good, girl.
Thank you.
Good, good. What do you do for a living?
So I have a few hats. So right now, I'm a travel CT technologist, which is number one. Two, I'm also a influencer for like carnivals and wellness and travel, and also
Okay.
have short-term rental businesses.
So what should I put down for a profession?
I guess you can put my main money maker, which is travel CT technologist.
Travel.
I don't think that guys look at women for their industry that they're working in. I think that most men who are capable of, being financially secure themselves, uh, they could care less if she was working at Subway, you know. Um and it's sad that a lot of modern women try to lead with their careers, and like she basically then named like four or five things. So the question that most guys are going to look at, they're going to be like, when will she have time? When will I have time with her? Because she has a lot of different things going on. But let's keep it moving.
Travel CT technologist. You have
Yeah,
any children?
no children.
No kids. What's your zodiac sign?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. Um, and have you ever been married?
I have not.
Never married. All right. So we got Asia LA 40, no kids, travel technologist. Child, I forget what your job
Yes.
was.
Just put CT tech.
CT Tech Child. LA, Aquarius, no kids, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Ooh, an assertive man, a fit man, a spiritual man, um, one that's very generous, open-minded, loves carnival, secure in himself, loves to travel, good into wellness, a family man. What else can I say? Open-minded.
When I hear women name a lot of these things that they want in guys, it just goes to tell me that they really don't know what they want in a man. Because, like she said, she's looking for a spiritual guy. And when I think of spiritual, somebody who's in tune with what's going on and stuff like that, you know, it can go in many different ways, spirituality. So, um, what are you saying? Can he believe in Buddha? Can he be a Satanist? Can he be a Muslim? Like, does the religion matter? But let's keep it moving.
Like not stuck in his ways, meaning he wants to grow in spiritually, financially, mentally. Like he's not stuck to just one way he thinks,
And that's sad because most men, not to say that we're stuck in our ways, but we get like, if we got a career and we do things a certain type of way, or um, um, it's like you can't say that modern men, you know, she's basically looking for somebody she can control. Basically, she can teach. It reminds me like she's looking for like a son. Um, um, somebody who can't really lead her. But because you got to think about it, when a guy is leading a woman, then most of the time he's going to be always teaching you, or talking to you, and it takes time to find somebody in 2025 that's going to be on the same page as you as well. But let's keep it moving.
Okay, they're saying you look so good because you don't have no kids. They said kids age you. Okay.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yes. All right. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breaker: cannot smoke. That's number one. Has to be family orientated. Has to have a passport. Cannot be controlling, meaning like this is your way, the highway. Let me see. I like entrepreneurship mindset, but even though I work in hospital, my goal is to do more than just this. Supportive. Deal breaker, you said, right? My bad. No kids.
You see, it doesn't make sense to me because she says that he has to have a passport, and you get your passport stamped to different places. So, where does this passport? And where can he go with this passport? Because she seems like the type of chick who wouldn't spend her own money to go to Switzerland. She wouldn't spend her own money to go to Africa. She wouldn't spend her own money to go nowhere. She'd be looking for the man to spend. So that's why I'm asking, like, what does a passport have to do with, like, a man with a passport is like, and he makes $500,000, like, you're gonna be like one of his side chicks or something. Like, it's not gonna be serious at all, like, with her being 40, no kids, when most of the population is struggling. Most of us are struggling. A lot of women and men, we're struggling. So a man comes through with 500K, got it going on. He has a lot of options, but let's keep it moving.
No kids. Okay. Yeah. So if he has kids, you don't want to date him?
No, I've tried already.
So no kids. Do you want kids yourself?
I do. I get out of question. I do. I just want to make sure, like, I have a life partner first.
Yeah, she only got
I'd
one
rather
in
be
her.
in LA. I had my last two were long.
She only probably got one in her. Probably possible one. at 40, maybe 2. You know, you never know. I done seen some old chicks over 40 still produce, but it's like when you really think about it, like it's just like with my kids. Like when they get over 18, I'll be 50. You know, so it's like, do you really want to step into being a mother at 40 years old, or are you just wanting this because you're lonely? You're lonely, and she prioritized her career over having a child. You know, now she's looking for this guy who has all these different standards. Um, he's he's making us 500K. He has a passport. He's healthy, spiritual, and she's some type of vegetarian, where she only eats fish or something like that. So, are you willing to cook this man? If you're a vegan, are you willing to get in there and cook him a steak? You know, let's keep it moving.
Long distance, it was cool and all, but only way it can be long distance is if they have the money to fly me out or fly here.
Okay.
Guys, this is sad. I'm gonna stop pausing it like this, but I gotta say something on this point. This is absolutely sad. You know, these women are not looking for a man, like especially the older women. You know, the older chicks. They're not looking for a man to, you know, to like him as a person, get to know what he likes, you know, try to feed this dude, feed him, be his piece, you know. They're basically just trying to basically just get a guy who makes a certain amount of money, you know, and it doesn't matter what type of qualities he has. So what I'm trying to figure out the words to say what it sounds like they is, you know, when a woman, not necessarily, she just jumps at the fact that this dude has a certain amount of money. And I want to use another word besides gold digger, you know, because she just said he got to fly out. He got to be he got to be willing to pay for her ticket or fly to see her, which is both spending his money. She's not looking for a real stand up dude. She's looking for a cake simp punk buster who's willing to come out here and splurge on a 40-year-old chick. You know, you make 500K. And you're gonna go out there, you know, when there's, you know, that's some crazy stuff, because women, if they really are attracted to you and they want you, they're gonna make a way to come to you. And if a guy made that amount of money, she shouldn't even need to work no more. Like, I'm tired of women talking about, oh, I want this guy to make 500K, 300K. If a man makes 500K a year, then the woman that he has really doesn't have to work. And that's what they don't understand. You know, so we're not looking for a woman who doesn't have time. This woman is doing everything. She has 4 different careers and a business. And a man with that type of money, when he wants you to have access, you need to be there. You know, and it depends on what type of man you got with the money too. You know, because I'm the type of dude, if I have 500K, I'll be looking for a woman just to hang out with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got kids and married and stuff, so if I have 500K, I have me a crib, first and foremost. I have me a crib, and I'll just relax and smoke my bud, and she'll be there like every day. But let's keep it moving.
Or fly you out or fly there. So he has to fly you out.
Yes.
Don't play with it. Okay. Should the guy look a certain way?
Heck yes. I'm fit, so he has to be fit, like for sure. I cannot do sloppy. I cannot do you on the couch. I like them tall, like
Yeah, this is unrealistic unless she's looking for a teenage guy or I mean a younger man. Who's and most younger men are not going to be pulling in 500K a year. And most guys who is reaching that 35 and up, we start to lose our figure. You know what I'm saying? We're men. You know, we start nuts start to hang. You know what I'm saying? Mustache. You start losing hair. You know, yeah. It's just you're not gonna find this woman is 9 times out of 10 not gonna find. She's just on here. She's gaslighting all of us. I feel
at least 6 foot and taller. Do
six
not want
6 foot and
braids.
taller.
I've had that before. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
Yes. So I like to be spoiled because I spoil myself. So I definitely do. If you make less than me, it's a problem. I prefer 500,000 and up though.
You said how much?
500K and up.
Woo! I got all the rich girls that watch my show. Big money, big money. 500K just
Kendra G ought to be ashamed of herself for hyping this girl up like this. She ought to be ashamed of herself for hyping this girl up like this. The only way a woman's gonna get a man that makes 500K is if she's making she's gonna be the only person that she can get making 500K because she's not gonna get a man that's making it, but she makes it.
get through the door. Big money. A big money. You got 100K. You too broke for me, boo. Get your ass on. No, 100K. Oh, did you say 200K? You broke too.
They playing with us, y'all. I be swearing that Kendra be getting chicks that she knows just to do videos. Like, come on, like what world are we living in today?
You 200K broke to 300K. What you doing? 1, 2, 3, not me. 1, 2, 3, not me. Oh, 400K. What you got? 400K. What you got? You got close, but not enough. Get the hell on because I said 5. 5. Say with me now. 5. She said 500K for all you deaf, too broke to understand. She got 500K. Oh, I got a
Yeah, Kendra G funny. She has said 100K, it ain't enough. 200K ain't enough. 300K, you still broke. That ain't enough. 400K, you still broke. That ain't enough. But the magic number is 500K. What if he made 375 a year? Is that too little for you? What if he made 225? Is that still too low for you? No, she wants a man. He has to make 500K, and she's looking for a guy that's willing to fly her out or is gonna fly to meet her. And I'm telling her, if I was this guy who was making 500K, you know what I'm saying? Like, best believe you are not my chick. You are not my chick. It's just a bust down thing. If that. And it better be good the first time because if it's not good the first time, I'm not messing with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the sad part about it. He want a guy who makes 500K. Like what, 1% of men in America, while the rest of us working 9 to 5s, 9 to 9s, 12-hour shifts, and you're working as well. Come on, get these folks crazy.
friend. Actually, that's not. So one of my boyfriend's friend lives in LA, and he said the girl had to make 350K to 500K. I might have to try to introduce. He might be locked down. But if there's space, he was just on my show. I might you fit that category.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Woo, I don't know if I can save this live. I hope I can save it. I don't know if I can. You know, TikTok is a little crazy. So 500K. So I made a song out of it. If a guy made 200K, you couldn't do it.
And the sad part about it, like, there should be a little bit more seriousness when you're 40 years old and you're trying to find somebody, especially somebody that makes 500K. Like, this dude's not going to take you seriously. He's going to pull up like me. He will pull up in his Wraith. He's going to pull up and get that sloppy Gaga 3000, take you out and be like, deuces. He probably record the whole thing. And it's crazy how the women who say they have the most standards have no standards at all. Because you guys know how a man would be if he made, how us as men is anyway. If a man was walking around with 500K a year. What type of the quality of lifestyle, sexual lifestyle he's gonna have. You know. But let's keep it moving.
I would say
okay, no,
depending on personality.
You want to say this? Huh?
Depending on his personality. Like, for instance, like, so if you're at 200K and you're open to.
Say it again.
And you're open. Say if you make 200K, but your goal is to make more, like this, you're not comfortable where you are, and your goal is to go more, then yeah.
Okay, so they're right. My friend has one daughter. So,
guys, the funny part about this is, you know, you guys can hit the comments if you want to, but the funny part about this is that she has all these jobs. She stays in California, and I bet you my last dollar that this woman does not make 500K. Because if somebody made 500K a year, like, you would not be working in a hospital. You know, unless you was a high-end doctor or specialist or something like that. You wouldn't be working. Who wants to work? Who wants to work 40, 60, 80 hours a week with 500K a year? You know, if anything, they're going to be invested into businesses or something else they're putting their money into. So, like, it's just the show that even the women that we think are logical in their minds are not even logical. You know, guys, so it's known that let me show you. Let me show you guys. If you have this right here. Hold on, guys. If you have this right here, okay? If you got this, you got some 50s. You know what I'm saying? If they saying this, they'd be like, oh, there ain't no money. What you flashing? You know what I'm saying? But that's all these modern women want. Lawyers, doctors, teachers. By all the women today, all the women who think they're high class and think they're getting a good deal, it really is not. You're just getting a guy with a lot of money who's busting your cheeks down because you work too much and a lot of you are too old. You know, it's absolutely insane, you know, that I'm convinced that modern women don't have any logic at all. They don't have any logic.
You don't want no guys with kids, though, right?
It's like I don't want to be so stick that I miss out on the one, but just I've tasted so many bad apples who have children. You know, if that makes.
She taste it. So many bad apples. That sounds a little familiar.
Makes sense. So if I meet someone and we're speaking, we're talking, and it flows chemistry wise, and I see like the child isn't like 3 or 4, maybe they're a teenager, then I'm open to it. Like I'm not rigid, you know.
Well, teenagers are some of the meanest. You know, at least the young child ain't gonna, he ain't gonna remember. He ain't gonna remember. And you've been there since he was young. But teenagers, come on, teenagers are some of the difficultest. I could just imagine. I'm from Memphis, bro. When I was a teenager, I was carrying firearms. You know what I'm saying? I'm 15, 16, breaking in people's houses, arson, all the, and it's teenage girls as well. You know, you hit that puberty age. You know what I'm saying? You grown, think you grown. Yo. But she rather if he got a teenager. These women just be talking, bro. They just be talking.
But the idea is you want a 500K man with no kids.
Yeah.
Have you ever met this man?
I have.
Why the hell are you? Why are you talking to me and not him?
He was a cheater.
Well, girl,
And what man who makes 500K a year is not gonna be a cheater? Come on, like make it make sense. Like you work too much, and this dude, people who have this much money have a little bit more power than the rest of us little guys like me, who don't make that amount of money. So they walking around knowing women want the money. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously he's gonna hook up with somebody else. But let's keep it moving.
So you want 500K? I'm not listening. I don't condone it.
Share him, girl. Share him.
Okay, but you want 500K?
Hear that wink.
Sing, no kids, and faithful.
So the faithful meaning like this. Like let's just say I have friends who are poly, right? And they explain to me how it goes and how.
You have friends that are poly. I'm not too familiar with the names and stuff, but I'm sure that poly is where you have multiple partners. I'm thinking, but you're looking for this man who makes 500K, and you're mad at him because he wasn't faithful. What man in the world that's young, especially if he's a young dude who makes this type of money, is going to be faithful? I'm waiting. I'm waiting, still waiting, sitting here clocking it in, hitting birds. And she's supposed to be well educated. She's supposed to be making the type of female that men want. Razor says she wants a millionaire simp, and that's what she wants. She wants a guy to fly out to her to make 500K, fly out to her, or fly her to him. And he makes more money than most men do in this country. That's crazy. I'm gonna start looking up stuff so we can see how many guys actually, like the type of lifestyles these dudes live. Like the only time, like you're probably gonna get a guy whose sex drive is extremely low because he's old now. He's probably like in his mid 60s, 70. He ain't really worrying about it like that. He's just living, struggling with it. You know what I'm saying? Holding on to life now. He's just enjoying himself. That's probably the only type of dude that, and he probably still gonna cheat on you at least once because he got it like that. But you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. But let's keep it moving.
It is, but for them, poly means it's like not open relationship. It's not out here in the woods. Like, no, you have a relationship with you and 2 other people. So I've thought about the idea of it, right? but I've never done it. But meaning like you're not lying, you're not cheating, you're not here out here behind my back doing some craziness. Like if we're together for a while and we like entertain the idea, we speak about it, possibly do like a positive situation. But it's still that's not cheating because it's open conversation about it.
Okay, now that might be a plus, guys. That might be a plus. Cause he, what I'm saying, he's gonna want to still he gonna like even when he's doing his little things that men do, what I'm saying, when they want a woman, like he don't want to hear nothing from you. Even if he don't want you to if he want to go off and do it by himself and not include you. Like you need to just sit there with no panties on the bed with that thing bent over, hanging from the side. And the food need to be done, and you need to be respectful. This is what women want. This is what they're looking for, guys. So let your nuts hang, and let's rule the world. Let's keep it moving.
You know what I'm saying? It's still not cheating because there's communication about what's going on and there's agreement with it.
No, I mean, I hate talking about my personal life, but yes, I mean, I do have the man we're talking about right now, but my man is so rare, child. Like, I feel like he a four-leaf clover. He got a lot of friends, and a lot of his friends ain't like him. Jawan, the guy that came on the show, is like him. I feel like he really does want a wife. He's ready to settle down in that manner, but he has a child. So, listen, they're four-leaf clovers. It's not impossible. I got one, but it is tough. I know a lot of men out here. I don't know a lot that fit that category. But let's keep it focused on you.
Yeah.
All right. So that guy was a cheater. And I will say this. I'm not telling you to sign up for poly because, listen, if poly don't work for you, poly don't work for you. Like, that shit wouldn't work for me either. Now, I will say there is a world for that because I get poly women on my show, right? I get women who they say they don't want to be exclusive. They want more men. They don't got the attention. So there is a lane for that. But if it's not you, then it's not you. You know? So, okay, let's keep going. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh, let me see. I'm gonna punch you at. I'm gonna put you on this little. I'm at work still.
Okay, you look, I mean, you're in shape. You're naturally pretty. So again, you kind of alluded to this, but you make $500K or more.
When I'm not at the hospital, yeah, or when I'm at the hospital.
Do you make $500K? Okay.
I make $500K not yearly because I'm a contractor, right? So if I work all year nonstop, then yeah. If I stop and go to like I was in Africa
She don't even make the money she's looking for.
last week. So you mean I stopped? So if I work like 6 months straight and then take 6 months off, and I won't. So it's not consecutively unless I start traveling. If that makes sense.
So you don't make $500K, but the requirement for him is to make $500K.
Yes.
Explain why.
Because I've dated for.
You see, these women don't really understand what they're signing themselves up for if they get a guy who makes $500K. And I'm gonna laugh that off.
So I've dated men when it's just like not worrying about what they're making, and I've always come up short on that side. Whereas though my favorite and most person that I've dated, he was like a cheater, was someone who made that much. But he was also 50 though. So he'd wine and dine me, treat me like a queen that I want to be, and it just went so smoothly. And he helped me grow my business. So I feel like it's also a different mindset with that bracket of man. Like I just want to be
And what happened? And most guys are gonna ask the question, what happened to the guy who, helped you grow your business? Like this seems like somebody who should be in your life for a long time. Like somebody you could just call. Like this dude like fed me. He, just like a NBA team that drafted you to the NBA. And you go to another team, it's like you still gonna be cool and love this team some type of way. You can hit them up and be like, hey, let's keep it moving though.
Housewife with it. I want with that mindset means you can teach me some things.
She
So it's
dirty.
more than just the money that makes sense. It's also
No,
the
I get
mental.
it. So you're saying the 500K man wine and dine you, taught you things, but couldn't be faithful. The men that made less, were they faithful?
And they probably
I'm
was.
thinking back. I've been single for a while before the last 2 years. So the last two, yes. And I've been before. Okay, so my last relationship before the last two was like 10 years though.
The more money a guy makes, the more options he has.
Okay, I'm about to get there. Let me ask this other question before I go further. The 500K man.
And so most guys who make less money will be more susceptible to a long term marriage, and they probably will be faithful, you know, just because they don't have the options like that. But you want this dude that makes 500K?
Was
Come
that
on.
a relationship or was y'all a situationship?
It was.
It was a
I want.
situationship because if it was a
Yeah, I'll call it a
relationship, you would
relationship.
just say it wasn't a
Yeah, I'll say
relationship because if it was a
situationship.
relationship, you would just say. So you wasn't exclusive with the 500K man.
So there was no title.
Then
That
you
was
wasn't,
exclusive.
girl, you smart.
Yeah,
You
no, it's
got
a
a couple
situationship.
jobs.
Just
Yeah.
a
You
just a
know if you
piece of
was in a
meat.
relationship or not.
No, it's a situationship.
And
I wasn't
this is
dating
the
anyone
thing.
else.
And this dude was 50. This dude was 50 years old, and she can't even come to the realization that this dude, even though he was 50, still explore his options. And he was so intelligent that he didn't even label their relationship. He just threw a little money at her and stuff and beat her back out. And that's what a lot of the women are signing themselves up for when they say, oh, I want this rich dude. You're not going to be the only one. You say I'm the only one, like Kevin Gates. You know, I know she lying to me. Let's keep it
I'm
moving.
asking these
Yeah.
questions, and I'm not trying. Here's the deal. I'm not trying to be hard on you, but I'm just trying to ask the real questions so you can understand the real of what you was dealing with in each situation.
Okay.
So it's real simple. Did he claim you as his girlfriend?
Yes. I didn't claim him.
Why did he claim you when you didn't claim him?
And that's a lie. You could tell that's like a fast answer. I didn't claim him, because now she's thinking about it. Like Kendra to open her eyes and bust her bubble that you guys, I ain't claim him though. Yeah, that's a lie.
The question is why didn't I claim him? Because back then I had trust issues. So when he wanted me to be his girlfriend, but I was very wary about it. Even though I guess that because I was like, that was maybe 2017, 18, and I just was afraid of the title back then. Personally, like I was like, I don't know why at that mindset. I think I was still healing from a past relationship.
I just want to say something. I never thought I'd be reacting to Kendra G's video. I see a lot of other people reacting to her videos, but I remember like Kevin Samuels was the man when it came to this type of content. And he actually did a video with Kendra G, and I'm like, and now I'm here. Like Kendra G is she's funny, funny as hell. Let's keep it moving.
Going through it. So I didn't get a title because I was like, what if I get a title and he's like cheating on me or something like that? So to him, he wanted me to be his girlfriend, but I wasn't healed enough to say yes to it. If that makes sense.
If she wasn't healed, what did she need to heal from? She want a man to make 500K now today, but back when she had the 50-year-old man who made 500K, she needed time to heal from what? She don't have any children, so she ain't have to heal from just having a baby. She ain't got no baby daddy, no type of, So when a woman says she's trying to heal, that just means that basically she thought that she had a trick. Basically, that's all that is. She was with him because of his money, and she's looking for another guy. And she's like, man, I actually do need a guy like this, when she was using the other guy as a trick. And now she's older and realized like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? I could have, you know, bait this dude, you know, and had something. I don't know what to say.
So why did you say he cheated on you if you didn't claim him as your boyfriend?
Because that's a good question.
Cause she
Because I said
lying.
she cheated on me because to him, like, you're the only one I want. No, I'm only with you. That's it. So in the way he was presented to himself, it was like, you're just the only one. Then I found out I wasn't. If that makes sense.
Okay, so he said you was his girlfriend.
You're
You
right.
knew, and why? And you said you didn't want to claim the girlfriend. You didn't want to call him your boyfriend back because you felt as though he couldn't. Girl, I'm confused.
No, because I had trust issues because I just didn't want a title. I didn't want to be like a fool. I was really.
This was back when Drake first came out with the term trust issues, and all the sisters was listening to it. You know, even the brothers, we listened to. I'm from Memphis. I listened to Drake. You know, but when Drake was coming out with them songs, killing these women softly, boosting their egos and stuff like that. Oh, it's because I got trust issues. You know, that's probably the first time a lot of sisters ever heard the term trust issues is from Drake. You know, and I'm pretty sure that she was dating this guy around the time one of Drake albums came out. And they always applying of soap operas and um reality TV shows and movies of these fantasies that they see on TV to real life. And it's not working. And a lot of these ladies just gonna be old and single. Old and single. I'm not saying that they ain't gonna be able to find no guy to pipe them down. I'm not saying that. You know, because there's always some dude out there who's willing to, you know what I'm saying, lay their pipe down. But, you know, when it comes to a real guy who really struggled and been through things in life and then been young and not have money and women treated him like crap and now he's successful. This man has been through the fire. This man has been, you know, he done been silent. He done learned himself, you know, patience and grew. And you think that, you know, this dude is really gonna just settle down with you out of nowhere with nothing. No, he don't know you from a can of paint. It's crazy.
Really young and come out of a very traumatic relationship back then. So I was very skeptical about getting a title back then. Like I was.
Okay,
Does that
you
make
saying
sense?
back then? How many years ago was this?
Like 2018, 2017. It was a while ago.
Okay, so that was the man that made 500K or more.
Yes.
Okay, and ever since that dynamic, that's what you desire.
Yes.
Okay, so was that your last relationship?
No, my last relationship was ended in January 5th.
Okay, did he make 500K?
No.
So,
She looking for a
you made the
simp.
exception for him, but that just didn't work out.
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
January 5th.
Okay. So y'all broke up the last time. Why'd y'all break up?
He was a liar, pathological liar about everything.
You heard the way she said the way she said that. She still got feelings for this dude. Like deep down, women love liars. They, you know what I'm saying? It's just some about it. Like these are the guys that they go for, and who they been messing with the whole time. Then they end up 40, looking for a dude who makes $1 million plus, and can't find them. Let's keep it moving.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Ooh, being vulnerable. And when I find something that is not okay to speak in a soft tone instead of like aggressively. And you said three things. You mean for a relationship, correct?
Hmm?
The third thing, maybe telling.
She don't even know what she wants. She don't know what type of man, what's the qualities of a man. I haven't heard that all video of the man that she's looking for. Like, so if the grid goes down, do you want a man who can go off and chop down trees and hunt and make food out of the natural earth, you know? Or do you want a white collar dude who doesn't have any of these skills? He sits at a desk, he has smooth hands, and the world comes to shit, and he's gonna need the man with the tough hands to survive. The men, the majority of us. So this is all I got for this video. Man, I appreciate you guys for stopping through. Make sure you guys like,